Hey everyone, my name's Thomas Harrington, and today I'm going to be talking about what's it like selling your home with a low commission realtor like myself. Now, just a quick intro before we get into things. My name's Thomas Harrington. As I said, I'm a realtor here in Edmonton, and I work with a brokerage called REVERE, where we offer full service, low commission listing packages. So if you're someone who found this video, there's a good chance you're someone looking to sell your home and you have some questions about real estate commissions. Perhaps you're looking for a better solution, or perhaps you're considering a lower cost company such as ourselves or other ones and are just kind of wondering what's included and what the process is like, which is what I'm going to be talking about today. Now, for reference, just a couple things I'll mention. Number one, there is no standard real estate commission. There's no set fee, but there is a most common rate that most traditional companies will charge you. And then there's a few different fee structures that lower commission or sell by owner companies will charge. Now, when we say traditional agents, if you read my content on my website or if you're watching this video, basically what we mean is most of your typical big brokerage offices and the amount they charge. Now, in Alberta and in Edmonton, the most common amount is 7% on the first 100,000 and 3% on the balance. And then traditionally, this is split 50-50 between the buyer's agent and the seller's agent into 3.5% on the first 100,000 and 1.5% on the balance. Now, that's a bit of a word sandwich, so I'll put up some numbers on the screen here, and there's a link to a commission calculator on my website below where you can see what those numbers actually look like based on your home's value. Now, I'll say our company's goal at REVERE and what my goal is to provide a very high level of service and marketing at a much lower cost than a traditional brokerage. In fact, we strive to provide all the marketing you would expect from a traditional real estate brokerage at a fraction of our cost. That's kind of our mission statement, and provide the same service, if not more. Now, that's a pretty vague explanation, so let's get into it. Essentially, the way I've broken this down is answering the 5 most common questions that I get asked about being a low commission realtor, and then I'll kind of recap at the end the pros and cons or differences and similarities between a low commission company like us and traditional agents. So number one question I get is what marketing is included. In short, we consistently provide a very high level of marketing across all of our listings. And this is regardless of size, style, location, price point of the property. We have very set and structured packages at our company, so regardless of the home, you're going to be getting the same marketing for every single property. In our 1% package, we include Realtor.ca and MLS exposure, 50 professional HDR photos, traditional marketing like KeySafe and lawn sign, and then most importantly, full service and full representation by a realtor working full-time for you and guiding you through the process. We do provide comprehensive listing packages. We provide comprehensive start to finish representation where we're working with you all the way from the initial consultation to getting the home ready for market to showings, offers, negotiations, and then closing and conveyancing and all that fun paperwork at the end once the home is actually sold. Not only do we provide high levels of marketing for a fraction of the cost, a point of pride for our company is that we have very clearly defined packages, and we provide a consistent level of marketing for every single home we list. So no matter what type of home you may be selling, you will be receiving the same level of marketing you see on, HGTV and other real estate reality TV shows. This isn't something just reserved for luxury properties. It's important that we take every single home and property that we list very seriously and provide it with the level of marketing that it truly deserves. Conversely, some other companies may adjust their services and offerings dependent on price point and where the home is and style, etc. Now, for those who want a little extra marketing and have their bases covered, we also offer a 1.5% listing package, which includes a few extras such as 3D tours, floor plans, drone photography, social media marketing, and HD video tours of your home. Essentially, if you're someone who just wants to have those extra bases covered, we have that option to you, and at a cost that's significantly lower than traditional realtors. And if that's not enough, we do offer fully customized plans to our clients, regardless of what you may be selling, builders, flippers, investors, etc., and can basically build a package to your needs. So no matter what your needs are as a home seller, we don't believe in locking you in or forcing you into any parameters. Essentially, we want to make sure your property gets the marketing it needs, and we do that by providing very consistent high levels of marketing across our packages. So in summary, with REVERE and with myself, you're getting consistent marketing, clearly defined listing packages, higher level of marketing than many traditional brokerages, and a few different packages you can choose from to choose your level of marketing and savings. Now with traditional agents, conversely, there's no guarantee of the level of marketing that you're receiving. The marketing may fluctuate depending on your list price, and sometimes they may not even offer additional services such as 3D tours, floor plans, etc., even when they're charging traditional amounts. The second most common question about working with a low commission realtor is my home on the MLS? Now the answer is a resounding yes, absolutely. Is my home on realtor.ca? Yes, absolutely. Are they the same thing? Kind of, but not really. Now, that's kind of the end of this section. You can skip to the next if you like, or you can keep listening. But what I tell people is there's no secret sauce when it comes to the MLS. Every single realtor in Edmonton has access to the same MLS and the same realtor.ca. It's actually a very efficient ecosystem, and frankly, that's why companies like ours can exist, is because the reach of the MLS is so broad, and it's a very efficient system where once we put your listing up on the MLS and everyone has access to the same thing, it then gets distributed to all the other home search websites in the area. As for the difference between MLS and realtor.ca, if you care, essentially MLS is administered at a local board level, which is basically each city has their own. And then that's propagated into a pooled national feed, which goes to realtor.ca. So essentially, it's just one's administered nationwide by CREA, which is the Canada Real Estate Association, and then each municipality has their own MLS. And the most important point here is that every realtor across Canada has access to this same MLS and what's called a DDF, which becomes realtor.ca. Now, the reason I mention this is there's sometimes a bit of ambiguity when it comes to home search websites out there, and essentially everyone is displaying the exact same listings. So regardless of what website you go to, whether it's realtor.ca, a brokerage's home search website, my personal home search website, johnsmith.ca, search Edmonton homes or something like that. If you Google Edmonton homes for sale, you're going to find a whole bunch of realtors websites to browse listings on, which is great. But every single one of these websites is showing the exact same listings and the exact same MLS. So when you list your home with us, your home is connected to every single one of these home search websites automatically. So in summary, with REVERE, yes, your home is on the MLS and realtor.ca. And you know what? If you're listed with any other brokerage, your home is on MLS and realtor.ca. So the real point here is more so that there's not really a clear advantage or anything. It's that our company has the exact same exposure and access to the system as anyone else. And there's really no secret sauce with the MLS is the point I can drive home. And again, it's kind of why a company that charges lower commissions like ours can exist in the first place. Question number 3 on this list is, what if I need help? What kind of service do I receive? So in simple, I will say, we are a full-service real estate brokerage. You're not doing anything yourself, and regardless of what package you choose with us, we are 100% working with you as your agent through every step of the way. In fact, this is kind of where we're the same as traditional realtors. To go back to our mission statement, our goal is to provide the level of service and exposure you would expect from any real estate brokerage at a fraction of the cost. So essentially, this is a point where we're just going to provide the exact same high level of service when it comes to arranging showings, getting the listing ready, offers, negotiations, closing, etc. Now, we're local agents with boots on the ground. I personally have been a realtor for 6 years here in Edmonton, and I'm a born and raised Edmontonian. The one thing I like to tell people is there's no 1-800 numbers with our company. When you phone me, if you're listed with me, this cell phone right here rings. This differs from other sell-by-owner companies or low commission companies where you might be arranging showings yourself. You may have to use kind of a centralized line or service phone number, and you may be getting feedback yourself. We handle all of that. On top of all that, we do seek out the feedback as well on all your showings. Now, we don't get it every single time, but we are vested in the sale of your home, and we're looking to get that valuable buyer feedback for you and for us to see what the market response is to your property. Typically, I personally make 2 to 3 attempts for feedback on any of my showings, and speaking purely in anecdotes here, I can't really back this up, but that's more than what I see many even top realtors at full cost companies doing, frankly. So in summary, when it comes to service with me, you get showings and feedback, 100% local agents, direct contact lines, no 800 numbers, and personalized service, 7 days a week support, just a very personalized touch to the home selling process. Now with other companies, you may have to do some showings yourself. There may be central phone lines, 1-800 numbers, etc., or they just may not have a consistent feedback system and methodology. to collect showing feedback for you. Fourth most common frequently asked question about working with a low commission realtor is, how much money will I save? That is the goal here, right? Well, for one, this will depend on the sale price of your home, as we are just charging a flat percentage rate. That being said, the average customer I've helped over my career has saved an average of just over $4,800 on their home sale before GST. So typically with a low commission company like us and our 1% package, you'll save about 50% on the listing side commission compared to traditional brokerages. And what this typically looks like for the entire commission amount is about 25 to 30% off of what the traditional agent will charge you. If you want specific numbers based on your home price, the simplest thing you can do is head over to my website, and I'll have a link down below to the commission calculator section where you can put in your approximate home value, and it'll tell you the exact amount of commissions and what your savings are. Furthermore, we do have additional opportunity to provide you further savings when our brokerage represents the buyer or when the buyer comes directly to us. This only happens a small percentage of the time, but it is an opportunity where we can provide you an even better deal. And please contact me if you have any questions about that. And here's a point where I'll mention buyer's agent commissions. Typically, we do recommend offering the 3.5, 1.5 cooperating commission to a buyer's agent. I can show you what this looks like if you give me a shout or you head to that commission calculator section. But that being said, we do provide some flexibility here where, depending on your area and the other listings for sale, you might be able to offer a different cooperating commission. It is flexible and negotiable, and it's going to depend on your property and the competition in your area. So in summary, with REVERE, you have your average commission savings of just under $5,000. We can provide potential savings on the buyer's agent commission too. And hey, you have significant savings over traditional brokerages at any home search price. Conversely, with traditional agents, you have little to no savings, if not guaranteed. Maybe they'll negotiate with you. There's no guarantee of savings or set commission plans. Again, perhaps some may reduce their commission if they know you. Perhaps they'll negotiate a little bit, but they don't have structured packages with levels of marketing and what's included at a specified price. And hey, you know what? Most of those agents will collect full buyer's agent commission when they double-end a deal, whereas we have a more guaranteed savings plan there as well. Now, I touched on this a little bit in the last point, but the fifth most common question about working with a low commission realtor is, what about buyer's agents? Do you guys have cooperation from other brokerages? And the answer is yes. Now, if you've made it this far in this video, and if you're researching real estate commissions, you may have a decent idea that there are two agents in, I would say, about 85 to 95% of real estate transactions. Both parties have a right to their own representation, and in theory, they may want this. So you're most often going to have the buyer's agent representing the buyer and the seller's agent, who hopefully will be me, representing you, the seller. So this is one of the best parts about our company, is we have full cooperation from buyer's agents. Why? Well, for one, we do recommend offering a competitive cooperating commission to the buyer's agent. Plain and simple. There's a most common rate on most listings, and it's generally a good idea to simply be competitive with this. I'm pretty transparent about this fact, and I can actually show you what cooperating commission the listings in your area are offering. This simply is part of my philosophy of giving you the best and most straight up advice and being transparent about the back end of the transaction process as well. Some other companies will try to promise you savings on the buyer commission side. However, these plain and simple are not guaranteed, and most often, they're not really a very effective strategy. Essentially, without getting into it too much, is buyer's agent commissions are negotiable. So, in theory, a buyer's agent can ask for whatever they want, and you can offer whatever you want. So, it's a bit of back and forth. You can try to offer a lower percentage on the buyer agent side. In fact, there's a little guarantee that they'll accept that, if at all. That's just my personal experience with it. Now, a really big point I want to say here too is all of our marketing is directed at the buyer, the person who's going to actually buy your home. So regardless of who you list your home with, buyers don't care whose name is on the sign outside. 100%. They care about the property and if it fits their needs and wants and criteria, plain and simple. So to summarize, with REVERE, we have full 100% cooperation from other brokerages. In fact, the vast majority of the time, statistically speaking, with any brokerage, the buyer's agent is going to be from a different company. Plain and simple. That's just the pure numbers of it. And again, we just have a very effective strategy of achieving this and ensuring that we're not creating additional friction in your home sale when it comes to the cooperating commission. Compared to the other companies out there, you know what? Some of them may encourage you to offer a lower commission. Now, I'm not saying I won't do this. It very much depends on the area and the competition. So with other companies, when it comes to this point, you know what? Some of them may encourage you to offer a lower commission, even when it could be detrimental to your sale if they're a low commission or sell by owner company. Again, I'm quite transparent with this, and I'll show you what the competition in your area is doing. But I do find about 90% or so of listings in any given area are offering 3.5, 1.5, and it's usually a good idea to just simply make your listing competitive. Now, to this point, most traditional brokerages also have full cooperation from buyer's agents because they offer the traditional fee on the buyer agent's side. So the point here, again, isn't so much that we're doing anything different. It's that we're achieving the same result while still offering and guaranteeing those savings on the listing commission side. So to sum it up, you may be wondering, Thomas, is there anything you do different than traditional brokerages? And the answer, in my opinion, is simply no. In fact, I find we often offer much more than traditional brokerages. Why? Well, our business model is consistent and scalable. This simply allows us to offer more marketing and more services to all of our listings, regardless of price, style, or area, consistently and for every single client. Well, there you have it. That's, in summary, what it's like working with a low commission realtor compared to most other and traditional brokerages. Again, I'm Thomas Harrington with REVERE. And if you're considering selling your home in the Edmonton area and are curious about how our low commission home selling plans can potentially help you, please don't hesitate to give me a shout. My contact information is below. You can also reach me at 780-918-8036, or my website is thomasharrington.ca, and my email address is there as well. Hope to hear from you soon. Thanks for watching.